Welcome back to Robert Loyale, where I show you the ins and outs of graphic design as it pertains to t-shirts, logos, and GIF animations. And today we visit American Eagle, and I'm just kind of going through just one section, but right now I'm going through the front page of their website, which is amazing. It has a lot of good elements on here, which, you know, I feel like a lot of people should have on their website. Like this video right here that advertises the I Can collection, which is amazing in my eye. I just kind of feel like a lot of people should have this on their websites, and they just don't, you know? Like, they clearly know what their audience like, and they're trying to incorporate that into their website. Remember these jeans right here, distressed. I really like this type of style. As a matter of fact, I have a project like this coming up pretty soon. So I need somebody who knows how to make denim clothes and stuff like that. There will be some pay involved in it. And if you're one of those people who know how to do that, let me know in the comment section below. We'll definitely talk this one out. But American Eagle has some very nice branding, very nice pictures, and you can't deny that they're kind of industry giants when it comes to this kind of thing. However, today's discussion comes through the tailgate section of the website. Now, the tailgate collection is pretty much awesome in its own because they have 49 different schools where they pretty much made designs for, or they pretty much took their designs and put it on a t-shirt and all that stuff. And that's pretty awesome. They have that type of contract to do. I just want to let you guys know, if you do it, you do risk getting copyright and all that stuff. I'm probably going to do it for HBCUs, but I'm only gonna do it just to show videos of, like, just for the context of videos. I'm not gonna sell the shirts. They can actually sell these shirts because they have those type of, I guess, connections and all that stuff. But just kind of looking at this pre-roller, there's some awesome things going on, and I want to talk about them. I'm probably gonna pick some of my favorite ones or whatnot and talk about it. But I definitely encourage you guys to actually go to American Eagle and pick up some of these t-shirts or whatnot. Some of them are kind of high, some of them are, you know, in that nice range or whatnot. But if you're a fan of these schools, you definitely should go to American Eagle and kind of pick them up. So if you like these shirts and you like what I'm doing here today, then give me a thumbs up. I actually would like to do more reviews like this, so if you guys have any, I guess, online stores, anything like that you want me to check out, then leave it in the comment section below. I'll definitely check you out. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this. So you guys, like I said, I'm very excited about this because, matter of fact, the reason why I decided to go to college is because American Eagle started putting out college t-shirts. Now, I went to an HBCU, and they don't really support HBCUs through here. But when I saw the Ohio State shirt, which is this design over here, I definitely was like, this is the school I wanted to go to. I didn't actually go to that school, but it was something that I wanted to get into. So I'm going to go ahead and start this discussion by hitting the shop buy button. Now that we're in here, we got a few t-shirts from Alabama that comes up, which, you know, Alabama has some cool colors and all that. You guys, if you want to check out some of these shirts or whatnot, like, oh my god, look at this one. This is pretty awesome. They could have made this a patch, and it looks as if it's a little off-centered. Maybe if they'd have moved this A over just a little bit. As you can see, Alabama has like 7 letters in it, so that A right here is kind of off just a little bit. But maybe that's just how Alabama wears their shirts and stuff like that. As you can see, I have some design gripes. You know, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of, I guess you could say, critiquing, even though I really don't want to do a lot of critiquing or whatnot. But this B of Alabama could be a little bit more centered. They could have scaled this down just a little bit. But I guess because they're trying to stay within their borders of their print box or whatnot, that's the reason why they got it like this. So I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop doing that. But off to the side over here, where it says shop by school, there's a few schools that I want to look at real quick. So the first one I'm going to look at is the Florida Gators, which everybody likes the Florida Gators. Let's just be honest. And as you can see, when you click on our tab, they show a little graphic of the Florida Gators, which is, you know, awesome in its own. But we go ahead and scroll down. This is where you see all the t-shirts and stuff like that. So we're looking at the women's. You'll start seeing men's stuff when you start scrolling down. But I'm going to go ahead and talk about both women and men. So I'm going to pick my favorites and talk about them. If there's something that's a little off, I'm going to talk about it as well. So the first one that I see that I kind of like, which, you know, would be a favorite to mine, is this shirt right here. And the reason why I like it is because it has this slab serif F right here, which all about sports. Now, you guys have to know a little bit about typography to actually know what I'm talking about. But when you see serifs in general, you see maybe a typewriter type of, which would be something like Times New Roman. As a matter of fact, American Eagle has a lot of serif fonts or whatnot that just kind of have that little feet that comes out. And when you see this, you just know that you're doing something education wise, or, you know, something that's been old school, right? But when you add the slab serif qualities to it, where everything is thick and bold and all that stuff, that gives you another meaning. So we're talking about Florida, we're talking about sports here, and this is a tailgates collection. So I think this is pretty awesome. The only only gripe I have about it is it's not a patch. I feel like this blue outline could be a distressed patch, and this orange could be the inside of it, and then off to the side these can be patches as well. I mean, I understand what they're doing. Also, I'm not 100% sure this is screen printed. It's pretty much faded as if it's already been washed or pre-washed. It does say machine wash, but I'm not 100% sure that a screen print shirt can get this kind of texture. So for $75, you're looking at something that was probably pressed on or maybe direct to garment and then washed over. But I do like this though, so if my girlfriend and I went to watch the Florida Gators, this is what I would give her to watch the game. And then when you scroll down just a little bit, they have their little fleece kind of like sweatpants, which they're not the style of sweatpants that everybody wears nowadays, but it is, you know, close to it, so that's pretty awesome in its own. And then right here with this camo shirt or whatnot, this is where they add the patch, which I was just talking about. I really don't like camos, but if this was just a regular gray, I would definitely mess with this. However, this is for women, so we're gonna get into the men's stuff in a second. Now here's another hoodie that American Eagle is pretty much famous for, which is that press that goes across the zip line of the hoodie. And this is not even a press, this is actually stitched in. So they made a patch that pretty much got cut in the middle of this R right here, as you can see, and they continued it out on the other side, which that looks pretty good to me. That's kind of a little classic thing that American Eagle does a lot. I always like the way that this looked. This was pretty classic for them to do. I also like the fact that the strings are another color as well. Like sometimes you buy that hoodie that if it's a blue hoodie, the strings of the hoodie would be blue as well. That's not the case for this. Now the only gripe about this hoodie that I have is that there's no backside to it. So they could have had a Florida Gator kind of like graphic in the back that was, you know, another patch, but I'm pretty sure that would jack that up to over $100. But for $75 just for this, I mean, I guess if you're a fan of the Florida Gators and your girlfriend is a fan of the Florida Gators, this is exactly what she would want. And then we have another design over here, which is nice and timeless. It's just a nice little F with Florida inside of it. It has a graphic. As a matter of fact, both of these are graphics. So this looks as if it might be a press on or whatnot. In some cases, I feel like graphic shirts for sports should be patches instead because it just has more emotion to it. Somebody had to put that together. I mean, yeah, I understand shirt press. A lot of people put it together, but there's a craft in patches that a lot of people kind of connect emotionally to, and that community of people actually take that craft to a whole nother level, and I think that's amazing. And when you put it on a shirt like this, especially a shirt like this where it's just a gray shirt, it's not really gray, it's what they call charcoal, so it has like, you know, different textures going through it or whatnot. But when you put that type of graphic on a shirt like this, it just pops out so much better. And then you have this classic Florida Gator right here, which is pretty awesome in its own. I like the way it looks. It's in black and white. So now moving into the men's section, which I should have been in anyways, they have this kind of cut off fleece right here, and that's pretty awesome because it's in that style that people like. So this is a nice pair of fleece shorts. They cut the legs off of like the pants or whatnot, so I mean that might be something that the women could do as well. Now here's a shirt style that is worth talking about real quick, so I'm gonna click on this one and talk to you guys a little bit about this one. I actually like the way it looks. Now the thing about this shirt that I really kind of like about it, and I'm not sure if you can get it in a different color, is that the fact that it's camo, and this camo thing is actually showing up in a lot of places. And the reason why is because I kind of feel like it overemphasizes the actual graphics. So a lot of people kind of think busy, so when they wear busy stuff, it kind of relaxes their mind, but then also it overemphasizes the graphic. Now in this case right here, this graphic isn't being overemphasized at all, and the reason why is because it's blue and it's kind of blending into the actual shirt. It looks good to me in a way that I like the way that the camo looks, but I would like to see more emphasis on this actual Florida Gators. But then again, if it was an orange, it wouldn't really work out either. So I'm not 100% sure I like this shirt, but I mean somebody will. So but if I was just to predict on sales, I'm not 100% sure people would buy this shirt because it doesn't really stand out. This might be something that this is probably something that a person would probably buy just to support the Gators at their house, unless they're going up to the store just to buy something. But then again, that becomes a very expensive shirt for $80 just for you to just throw something on to be casual in. I love the Georgia Bulldogs. Look at that Bulldog is just so mad. Look at him, he's mad. He's ready for it. So here's another one of those camo sweatshirts. Like I said, you're gonna see a lot of this because that's what's in style right now. But like I was telling you earlier, like with Florida, that had that Florida going like this with, you know, I think that orange that they usually have, and that wouldn't work out too well. And as we're looking at this right now where it's gray and it has all these different color grays, which I feel like that hue might be a greenish gray, it doesn't really work out with this shirt. So this red and this gray that's kind of greenish isn't really working together. So like I said, when you're looking at something that's $80, that becomes a lot for you to just step out the house and just to go maybe to a grocery store during a football game. You know what I'm saying? that becomes an expensive $80 shirt just to wear it one time. I know a lot of people who do it, but you know, that's just one thing that I just don't really know. I really don't know about that. Maybe you guys do. Let me know if you feel like an $80 camo shirt that you can only wear maybe once or twice or whenever you go out to the grocery store is appropriate. So moving along to the LSU Tigers, I really love their purple and gold kind of color scheme or whatnot. And then it just goes really well with this LSU Tiger basically. So now this LSU camo sweatshirt or whatnot is pretty awesome. As a matter of fact, this actually works. As you can see, I feel like this is kind of like a greenish gray, but it works out because this purple is pretty much muted. It's blending, but it's standing out a little bit more than the actual gray. And this gold is also muted, but it's standing out over this purple. Now the thing about this patch right here that I'm really digging is it's not like an original patch or anything like that. It's not, you know, a string fabric and all that stuff. It's like a lot of kids shirts and stuff like that. And I like it right here because it just brings more extra texture to it or whatnot. It brings more of that emotion that I was telling you guys about. Anytime you have a patch for your shirt and that community works pretty hard on those patches or whatnot, it just brings a little bit more to it. Now, is the layout correct or whatnot? It seems as if maybe this LSU, this L could be over a little bit more to the left side, which this side is the left and this side is the right if you was to wear it. It could be a little bit more to the left side or whatnot, just a little bit, to bring balance to both sides, because I feel like this side is just a little bit more heavier than this side, but it works out. So this one looks pretty good amongst the other stuff that was camo, because when you look at the men version of this, which would be this camo right here, which like I said, the shirt is awesome. It's just kind of a greenish kind of color and it is missing that gold element. So over here on this side it's actually missing that gold element. I kind of feel like they could have been a little bit more, I guess, bold with this, but they didn't. It's all right. They could have made like this gold tiger a little bit bold, and then they could have put gold inside of it and that'll worked out, but that's okay. It's just not as strong as the woman's side version of it, you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, LSU also has some cool color symmetry. So this shirt right here, this hoodie over here, can definitely work with these sweatpants, or you can just use this sweatshirt with these sweatpants. That works out. And then also these baseballs t-shirts, which I kind of feel like we'll see some better ones in the future. Now, confession time, Ohio State was the school that I wanted to go to. They have the best band, they have some of the best football team players, and at the time that I was trying to go, they had Ted Ginn as the wide receiver. So this was an amazing school to go to. As a matter of fact, my first college t-shirt came from Ohio State. I was pretty much auditioning for their marching band and they gave me a t-shirt, which was pretty awesome. Now, I told you that baseball shirts were going to be, you know, a thing that we are going to see just a little bit further in the future. This is where it comes in at. So as you can see, you can wear this shirt right here with these little fleece cutoff pants, which is awesome. You know what I'm saying? You can do this here as well. But let's take a look at this Ohio State Buckeyes shirt right here, this long sleeve crew shirt right here. Unlike the other shirts that we saw, which were camos, it's just a regular gray shirt with Ohio State Buckeyes. So those greenish gray kind of camos that were going through that shirt that was kind of creating that busy distraction kind of thing, not in this case. They have a regular gray shirt, and sometime in my eye, and also a lot of other designers might agree, less is more. It's called minimalism, and for $60, I'm just gonna be honest with you, I might buy this shirt. I actually like this zip hoodie right here, but if they had used this graphic on this zip hoodie right here, you know, instead of it being like an actual graphic and it was just kind of that little stitching that they're trying to do right here, if they didn't put that O over here like that, that would have been a winner for me. Now, the South Carolina Gamecocks, they're pretty awesome. They have an okay little record sometimes here and there. But one thing I like about them is right here. Did you see this camo? I kind of feel like the title of this video is going to be camo and patches. This patch looks amazing on this shirt. But the reason why it's such a great patch is because the background is blending in with the actual background of the t-shirt. So it's making that kind of 3D effect. It's basically forcing the graphic to come out. And that's what they were missing on the other camos that I was saying. Now, here's another school that I wanted to go to, was the University of Connecticut. Now, the Huskies, they have great graphics to me. As a matter of fact, their graphics almost rival like the NFL. And when we look at some of their shirt designs, this pullover hoodie right here is life to me. Look at this hoodie. This doesn't need to be a patch to me. Now, however, I do kind of feel like if they wanted to do something different, They could have broke up this UConn. They could have put UConn up over here somewhere like this, gave it this full border or whatnot, and then put that dog in the back. But I like it the way it is right here as well, you know. And you can do also some other things with it, like this is not really a blue, it's kind of a purple, so you can wear other different colors to go along with it. This shirt here is amazing to me. And the last school that we're going to talk about today is Virginia Tech. Back in 2007, 2008, they had a scrambler quarterback. And see, back in during that time, that's when like Mike Vick was pretty awesome. You know, he did get arrested for, you know, doing the dog thing and whatnot, but at that time frame, the people who were going to college, the people who were in college, you know, pretty much valued Michael Vick as pretty much a football legend. And not only was he a good scrambler, he also had like a good gun game. So his throwing arm was amazing. And Virginia Tech actually has some cool quarterbacks like that. But the thing that I like about Virginia Tech is their logo and how they put their logo together on their shirts. But this distressed shirt right here is pretty awesome. As a matter of fact, this texture is made to seem as if it was going through something. So I like the way that this looked. And the reason why is because it's really distressed. When we talk about distressed design, this is what we're looking at. I mean, yeah, it's kind of, you know, faded off or whatnot, but that's the idea, is that it's not supposed to look good. I mean, yeah, it's supposed to look good, but it's not supposed to look as clean as a regular graphic. So this looks pretty good to me. I like the way it looks. And you guys, I know I said the last one was going to be the last one, but I cannot skip out on KU. KU is one of my favorite football teams or whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll through this real quick and show you guys what they have to offer. Now, the first thing that I like is this hoodie right here. And the reason why I like the hoodie is because it's distressed one. It has the Jayhawk on it too. And then also the colors are also represented in these sleeves. So unlike the other shirts that we saw, the other hoodies that had those kind of little stripes on the arms or whatnot, that was just one color, they actually went ahead and put two colors on this one. And I actually like the way this looks. And also the sleeves are distressed, so that works out as well. It has textures all over it, and this looks good to me. When we talk about crew necks or whatnot, and you come down to this one right here, which is just kind of that little classic crew neck that they got going on, to me it just kind of brings that classic style look back to you or whatnot. So it's not a camo or anything like that, it's just a crew neck, and it has that Kansas Jayhawk on it. It's pretty awesome to me. I feel like this is one of those shirts that you see with that mom with her sons or whatnot, and she's going to the football game to watch her son, her older son, play football or whatnot. That's what I feel when I see this shirt. As a matter of fact, I kind of feel like anybody wearing a shirt like this is ready to crack open a beer. You have this shirt right here, which a lot of women are going for right now, which is just sleeveless, you know, wife beater kind of shirts or whatnot. And the thing about this shirt is that the colors actually work together. Now, this color might be a little distressed and all that stuff, and it's off just a little bit, but it's just a shade of blue. Also, I'm not 100% sure if the actual graphic was stretched or not. It kind of looks like it was, but then again, that could just be the angle of the design. Here's just another little cool little V-neck shirt or whatnot for women, and you can wear that shirt and all the other shirts with this kind of pants right here. That works out too. And then they just have a little bit more of these little cool shirt designs that are kind of throwback. So you have this one right here that's kind of a throwback, and then you have this little sweatshirt right here that has that sans serif KU kind of font or whatnot. And the one thing that I like about this one is, instead of it being cut off like the other shirts were, this one here has just a little bit more symmetry and a little bit more balance, because Kansas is a 6-letter word, and you can just do that. And you can wear any of these here with these sweatpants, and that looks good too. I like the way this shirt looks right here because, you know, it has the 1865 on it, so you know a little bit more about Kansas. I actually like these two shirts right here. They work out together against each other. They're $64 together, but you know, I'd mess with it. I like that. Just scrolling down, you can get these pants right here for $60, which I think is amazing. As a matter of fact, the color symmetries in these pants seem to work a little bit better than the other color symmetries that we've been seeing. So when we look at this, even though the graphic is kind of pressed on, that looks like it's pressed on. As a matter of fact, it looks as if it might fade after a few watches. It's not the style that everybody's wearing right now. I mean, but it looks pretty good. So I like the way this looks. I'd probably buy it for $60, no returns. It says free returns, but I'm not giving it back. I would definitely wear these. And you can pretty much put that on with any other thing here. So you got this Kansas zip hoodie right here. You have this Kansas track jacket shirt. You have this one right here, this crew neck shirt right here, which is amazing. I'm gonna talk about this now, actually. The reason why I like this is when you look at the font, there's a lot of stuff going on here. So I'm gonna break this one down. So what they did was they chose a font, and then they made an outline. All right, so the outline is not that thick or whatnot. It's probably like maybe 2 points or whatnot of a white. They might have took out the foreground, which would be just original font, and then they added another stroke to it, which would be that red stroke, and they put that on the sweatshirt, and that's awesome. I think that works out really good. Outside of that, the distressed bird looks really awesome as well. And that's pretty much it, you guys. So I want to know how you guys feel. As a matter of fact, I like these schools. I wish they did more for HBCUs. I might be doing one for HBCUs pretty soon, actually. Not something I'm going to sell. Like I said, I'm probably going to just make a video of it. But I want to know how you guys feel. So if you like any of these schools or anything like that, if you was excited to see some of these schools, to give me a thumbs up. If you guys are new to my channel, you just kind of discovered me, hey, subscribe. I do this all the time. And if you guys have any comments about anything that I said or anything that you liked about it or anything, just share it with me. Let me know in the comment section below. But I think with this one being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. This was very fun for me, and I would definitely like to do this more. Actually, as a matter of fact, in the comment section, if you have your own little clothing line or whatnot, and you just kind of want me to go through and just kind of review it on my channel, then let me know. I'll definitely do that for you. Just put the link in the comment section below and I will check you out. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and close this one out. So stay amazing, stay creative, but above all else, stay awesome.